Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome to the big, huge episode we have here for this E3 special, the EA, Bethesda, Square Enix, and Ubisoft's wrap up. I am TomDog247, and as always, I'm Tom Dog all day and Tom Dog all night. Woo, baby! Alright, so. And it's Thursday, so that means we're starting the weekend early. But we're having fun here. I'm having a great time with these E3 wrap-up specials, and this is a huge thing that we do every year. And after this episode, we have just one more episode to go before we put it to close, and that will be the E3 special wrap-up, the complete wrap-up. So I gotta tell you, we're going to be talking about the best games that I thought were really good. So we're going to be doing a special top five before we get things started here tonight. We're going to be doing a top five on the E3 wrap up. The top five games that were big winners. That best games that got the most attention, and so and got made some noise and everything like that. So we're going by crowd reaction, and I'm really looking forward to it. And so why don't we get things started by doing? Now we're doing these in the order that in which they came out, and which means that we're going to be doing EA first. Um, there's really not much to say on this one. That's why we're starting, well, among other things. But I really thought that this briefing was that EA's briefing was me. Um, it was not. It wasn't what I expected. Let's put it that way. Um, and not saying the games were bad. It's just the fact that some of them were not as good as they should be. However, when it comes to Battlefield 5, and I'm actually going to be doing a future rant on this because it does need to be explained. Spoiler. Um, they mentioned in the briefing that there's not going to be any loot boxes. There's no premium pass. It's they're not doing they're not doing any of that stuff with the attack of the with that whole controversy with the Star Wars uh, Battlefront 2 fiasco. So they did address that as well too, or lack thereof. But the game does look nice, though. They showed more. They did show more of what it was, and I mean, it was pretty much. Actually, you know what? It was pretty much the same as it was shown on the Xbox briefing that they did. So you didn't miss much if you didn't see if you didn't see that at the EA briefing. So and the fact that there's going to be a female character just raising some controversy and everything like that, and but other than that, the game does look pretty good, and there's also going to be a battle royale mode in there, and it didn't get the attention that it deserved. It didn't get the attention that it deserved because I think now everybody's. I think it's because of the fact that it's now becoming a genre. Um, and we can all thank Fortnite for that, and that there's a new category in the genres, and it's pretty much battle royale. And to be quite honest, you know, there's really no need for it in the in Battlefield 5 because even though it is going to be available and everything, and it's going to be, I mean, but the players have the option to play it or not. So, but you know, you can't you can't overload on the battle royale, like but everybody's pushing it this year. So, and they're really taking advantage, like all game developers. But we'll get to that in, another time. But it does look pretty interesting, and it does it does look really good, and um and and I don't want to talk more too much about Battlefield 5 because I want to save that in a rant because I am going to be doing a rant about this about the negativity backlash that the developers are receiving for this game. Um, but other than that, the game looks really, really good. Um, then they showed off FIFA 19, um, which is a good time because of the fact that they got the World Cup going on there, so it's like perfect time to do that. There's going to be on FIFA 18. There's like a tournament going on, and so it does look really, really good. And however, sadly, I'm not going to be playing it because of the fact that I suck at soccer games. I'm not bashing the game at all because FIFA is an awesome game, and the last time I played FIFA was the last time I will play FIFA, because I totally sucked at it. It was horrible, and stupid me deleted the proof, and I was going to put that on YouTube, and it was horrible. But maybe I'll play it so I can do like a bloopers reel or something like that. So we'll see what happens. Um, but yeah, other than that, the game looks flawless, and they did go into detail what's to be expected in the game, and they had a nice trophy cup um, on stage with the developers, and it looks really, really good. Um, from what I understand, it's not the World Cup, sadly. So, then they showed off Unravel 2, which was a surprise. I didn't expect Unravel to be a sequel. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just the fact that I didn't expect it. So they're continuing the story with the little yarn character, and apparently he lost his spark, and it's going to be two-player co-op in this one. So it does look really, really good. And if you don't want to take my word for it, you can download it right now. Um, on the Xbox and your PlayStation. So it does look really, really good. Then they showed off Sea of Solitude. Doesn't really need explaining there. Um, it looks pretty interesting. The developer gave out a nice detail of what the game is about and everything. So um, the visuals look really nice. I will say that. NBA Live 19 they showed off, which was no surprise. Um, looks good. Looks really, really good. Improved. They always stuff like these sports games always improve within the year. And of course they went off with Madden 19. However, they didn't go into detail on what to expect with Madden 19. So yeah. Um, it was a disappointment right there. So, um, and another disappointment is a mobile game, and the mobile beta is out now, and they showed off Command and Conquer Rivals, which is as I said, a mobile game. that you can download on your iOS or Android. And the beta is out now, so you can check that out for yourself. And to be quite honest with you, it was a letdown. It was an absolute letdown. Um, those who, you know, those who play Command and Conquer, are huge fans of the game, would agree that it needs to be on PC. And and then lastly, they showed off Anthem, which is going to be coming out really, really soon. And they showed more of it, and it actually looks really good. I'm not gonna lie, they did a really good job um, with that, and I'm actually looking forward to that game. There was also from Respawn, one of the developers from Respawn. He showed up there, and he's kind of spoiled a new Star Wars game that's going to be coming out, where you get to play as a Jedi and everything. And the um, the reaction the reaction from the host was not good at all. It's like, and it was cringeworthy, I guess you could say. It was like, oh wow, and like, wow, you get the, and the developer was even creepy when he said, yeah. I was like, all right, we'll take your word for it. But but anyways, that was the EA briefing, and to be quite honest with you, it could have been better. It could have been a lot better. And this one was actually a lot shorter than the PlayStation and Nintendo combined, and it was horrible. It was just like, I literally, I was trying really hard to stay awake from that. It was that bad. Um, but then we started to watch the Bethesda um briefing, and they opened it off with Andrew WK, um, who's providing the soundtrack to Rage 2. Now, this game I didn't expect to be coming out, because I guess there was a not so good review on the first Rage, but actually on this one it actually does look really good. And they gave out a nice little visual of what to expect in the game, and had a nice little song in there. It was really fun. However, the audience were some of the audience members were just like, huh? I'm like, wait, you never heard of Andrew WK? He's really awesome. So it was a really good, hype up the show and everything. So, and I thought it was really, really cool. Then they showed off some Elder Scrolls games that are coming out: Elder Scrolls Legends and the Elder Scrolls Online Somerset, which is a new adventure and everything. It looks really, really good. And they showed off some more Elder Scrolls um, that I'll mention later. And the Elder Scrolls Legends, I believe, is going to be on the mobile phones, and it looks really, really good. It's going to be a mobile game. Looks really nice. Then there's going to be a sequel to Doom, Doom Eternal. Um, Doom guy is back, and he is going, and the game is going to look really, really awesome. And I'm actually looking forward to doing that. So maybe this year I'll probably finally play Doom. Finally, I have some friends that want me to play Doom, so I owe them one. Of course, I have some Doom. Plus, I can go back and do some Doom fails. Um, then of course there's a trailer for Quake Champions, which they're going to show more at QuakeCon this year. And from the looks of it, it looks really, really good. It looks flawless. There's going to be a new DLC and a new update for Prey, and so the expansion is going to look really, really nice. And got some new Wolfenstein games coming out, which is Young Blood, and it's a sequel to this one to the second one, follow one with that, and which involves his BJ Blazkowicz's daughters, twin daughters. So it looks really good. You get to play as their daughters. And then Wolfenstein Cyberpilot is also in the works, and that looks really good. But then the whole shebang bang, what everybody came out to see, and that was Fallout 76. And they showed more of what the game's going to be expected. And of course, this is a prequel to the very first Fallout game. So the events take place before the first Fallout game. So this looks really interesting, and the game looks really flawless. And for the first time ever, on the Nintendo Switch and on the PlayStation 4 right now, you could download Fallout Shelter. So that is really good, and I strongly suggest that you guys pick that up because it is a really good free to play game. It really is. Then they showed off Starfield. Game looks really good. It looks really interesting to play. I'm gonna check that out. And then they ended it off with the Elder Scrolls 6. Yep, we got another one, the Elder Scrolls 6, and it looks amazing. Nobody expected this to come out, and it's really good. And that was it, pretty much. And Bethesda, once again, did a really good show. I thought it was really enjoyable. I had a good time watching it. A lot of good games coming out. Nothing really to complain about. Basically, you got Fallout 76, sequel to Doom. Rage 2 looks really good. The Elder Scrolls Online DLC is going to be coming out, and then of course the surprise announcement of Elder Scrolls 6. So again, that looks really good. So bravo to Bethesda. Then they showed off the Square Enix show, and as you can see in the background, we got on the screen right there, or right there. my 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 I have to remember my perception is off. So right over there is eventually what we're going to be talking about, and that's Life is Strange, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But then but first they opened up with Shadow of the Tomb Raider. They showed a little bit more what to be expected in that game, so it does look really good. And Stormblood, Final Fantasy Online, they showed off. Looks pretty good. Looks really good. I haven't really gotten to the Final Fantasy games, but I will not criticize it because the game is the Final Fantasy games are awesome. Then they showed off a new expansion for Life is Strange, which is called The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, and it's going to be a full free download when it comes out. So be prepared to have some fun with that, and so that is what we have right there. Life is Strange, but it's not the DLC. Then they showed off Dragon Quest 11, which looks really good. Then they showed off the Babylon's Fall. Looks pretty interesting. And a game that's already out, but it's coming to the Xbox One in Windows to the Microsoft store, so you can probably play it on the PC as well, which is near. I hope pronouncing this correctly. Near Automata. So looks pretty interesting. Then they showed off the Octopath Traveler. Then they showed a little bit more of what to expect with Just Cause 4 and a new game, The Quiet Man. That one looks pretty good, but the one that got the most attention, of course, is Kingdom Hearts 3, which is going to be available for Xbox and PlayStation. So, um, this one was a little lackluster. Um, it was, and could have been a little bit better. There were a lot of disappointments because one of the disappointments that came out of the Square Enix briefing was there was no word on the remaster of. There was no announcement of the Final Fantasy VII remaster. So, um, you Final Fantasy fans out there will be disappointed because they did not address that at this year's E3. So I don't know whether they're holding it back or what. I don't know. Um, so all I can say is that the Square Enix show could have been a lot better. Just saying. Um, then they show. Whew, excuse me. Then finally came the Ubisoft um, briefing, and it was actually pretty interesting. And we're gonna get into it. Starting with the opening of Just Dance 2019, looks really good. Um, However, I'm not into dancing games that much, but if you're into that, then you won't be disappointed because the game does look good. I won't complain about that, but Just Dance 2019 does look good, and can't go wrong with that. But they had a nice opening. It had a nice marching band and a dancing panda, and it was pretty fun and interesting. And looks like they were having a good time. They should have brought out the confetti. Just saying. Do better next time. um, then next they showed off Beyond Good and Evil 2, which does look amazing. The trailer for that looks really really good. Rainbow Six Siege had a lot of some news. They're now up to 35 million players and growing, and there's going to be a documentary coming out. Um, as far as the um, involving the Rainbow Six Siege thing, and it does look really really good. Um, then they showed off Trials Rising, a new game for the Trials franchise. So I believe this is like I forgot which one it is now. Um, fourth or fifth, I don't know. But it does look really interesting, and the visuals look a lot better. Um, as the Trials games does go on and everything like that. So it does look really really good. Um, then they showed off the Division 2, which is a lot of fun. Um, then there's going to be an add-on um, to the Mario and Rabbids game, which is going to be Donkey Kong, which is Mario and Rabbids Donkey Kong Adventure. So it's a new expansion on there, and it's will be an exclusive download for you season pass holders. And I'm sure of course, if you don't own the season pass, you won't be able to download it for free. Um, but it looks really good. It had a nice little concert, um, showing off the trailer and everything, so it does look really, really good. So then they showed off Skull and Bones, and what's to be expected in that game. And that game looks extremely crazy, and especially that one ship in the background was like with all those sails. It looks really amazing. So it does look really, really good. So um, excuse me. So be on the lookout for that. And then next, we had a nice surprise visit from Elijah Wood, who's helping out with the Transference VR. So this is a virtual reality experience, and this game is like a sci-fi, it's like a thriller. Nice little thriller there. So definitely worth checking out. The graphics does look really good, and it does look like it could be a really good horror game. Um, and then a nice surprise, Starlink. Um, I have to say this game looks really, really good. This game looks awesome, and it's going to be for all systems. However, a little added twist. They had a wonderful treat for all you Switch holders out there, because if you get the Switch version of Starlink, you'll be able to play as Fox McCloud. That's right, Star Fox is going to be in the game, and and that wasn't all that they showed off. That wasn't all that the developer showed off, because they invited on stage a surprise guest who was sitting in the front row when he came on stage, and it was a surprise for all, because even I was um, in awe for that. So I gotta give them, I gotta give Ubisoft a I tip my hat off to them, because they really did a good job with it. Because a surprise visit from the one, the only, a man who needs no introduction, Nintendo's game programmer Shigeru Miyamoto, a true legend. And they showed off a nice little and they gave him a nice little figurine collectible of what could also be in stores and everything like that. Um, of Fox in the Air Wing. Looks amazing, and so it was a nice little gift that they gave him, and I thought it was top notch. And Mr. Miyamoto on stage, uh, giving his nod to Legend of Zelda, holding up the thing like like Link would do, and it was amazing, absolutely amazing. And but definitely a very huge surprise, and we haven't seen um, any representative from Nintendo on the E3 stage in a long time. So that was a real treat for everybody, because come on, come on, Nintendo, let's do it. Bring Go back on stage. We need you back on stage. Come on, something for next year. We have a lot of fun. I always enjoy the Nintendo briefings whenever they were on stage. Um, Next they showed off For Honor, which well, the game's already out, but there's a new DLC going to be coming out, which is going to be the March of Fire. So it looks really, really good. So definitely worth picking up. And Also, they showed off The Crew 2 with their trailer, and open beta is coming out on the 21st of this month. So definitely look forward to that when it comes out on the open beta, and you'll be able to carry all that nifty stuff when the game releases on the 29th. And then they showed off one more game, and this was a huge moment because I didn't think that there was going to be another one for a while, but Assassin's Creed is back. This time with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and it's going to take place in Athens, Greece, and it looks really good. And for the first time, you'll be able to get to play as a female. So you have the option to play as either male or female in the game. So this game is going to look really, really interesting. Definitely worth checking out. Um, and I was a little bit shocked because of the fact that the last time that that there was Assassin's Creed, there was a huge controversy on why there wasn't a female, and it added more controversy when the developers said that that wasn't going to happen because it was going to be too like more detail than because it was a lot difficult than making a male model. So I knew that they were pulling our legs and everything like that because of the fact that it, because they actually proved that they can actually do it even though they said they wouldn't. So don't lie to us again. But it was a very good show. It was a really good show, and a lot to muster up. This was actually a longer show than the other three put together, and I have to, I have to say that um, out of those four, it I have to go with a tie between Bethesda and Ubisoft, primarily because of the fact that Shigeru Miyamoto was present at the Ubisoft briefing, and I that was a class act, and I'm a huge Miyamoto fan, and Bethesda, on the other hand, had a really good show. I thought it was really really good, and we actually, I enjoyed both of those shows, and so I got to say that the best between the two of them was really really was equally awesome. So kudos to Bethesda and Ubisoft for having a good presentation as far as third party developers go. So kudos to them. Square Enix could have done better. EA, we expected more from you, and you've been there for a long time, been around for a long time, and you definitely should have known better. That's all I gotta say. And the fact that and it was very disappointing that the fact that that EA never mentioned anything of what features to be expected in Madden 19 was also a huge disappointment because technically the Madden games are your baby, so yeah, could have done a lot better. Um, so that's pretty much all I have to say about that. But I will say though, but I will give EA credit where credit is due. Anthem does look good. I will say that. Um, Battlefield 5 also does look good, so who knows? Maybe that's going to be on the list. um, but yeah, I'm gonna tell. It's gonna be a pretty good list of the top 5 games that I'm really looking forward to. Um, this year, and the number one pick is going to be very interesting. Um, because I'm actually, definitely looking forward to it. So So we'll see what happens. Overall, the shows were okay, as I said. The Bethesda and the Ubisoft briefings were equally awesome, so they both are tied at first place. Square and EA not so much, but um, but it was good nonetheless. Um, I will say that. Um, that's pretty much all the time I have for today, and be back here tomorrow because we got a good one. We got a good one. This is it, the final episode of the E3 special, and well, I'm actually looking forward to it, and that is the wrap up, the E3 wrap up special tomorrow. And we're going to be doing the best in show, the top 5 games, as I just mentioned. Um, it's going to be amazing, and we're going to have a good time with it, and you guys are going to have a great time as well, watching it. And leave a comment down below of what you thought was best coming out of these 4 here. Um, what games you're looking forward to checking out this year, coming to 2019. Um, oh, excuse me. But definitely, so follow me on Twitter at TomDog247, where I'll be addressing on when I'm going to be doing the E3 wrap up. So definitely look forward to that. Um, Also, if you missed any of tonight's episode, as soon as I turn off the camera, you'll be able to watch that. And while you're doing that, leave a like. Give this video a thumbs up. Comment below, as I said, to let me know what game you're going to be looking forward on checking out once it's released. Um, Looking forward to seeing the comments there. And ringy dingy that bell, because that way you can keep up to date on when I'm going to be doing the E3 wrap up. So that's very important. But more important than that, more than anything in the world, face hug that subscribe button. We'll see you tomorrow with the E3 wrap up. Till then, this is Tom Dog saying take care. So long. Peace.